Hello again, friends. So we are back with Capitalism Lab. We are playing through the scenarios one at a time until we stop. This is scenario 2, Fashion Venture. So what's interesting about this one is that you have to essentially let the AI build up for 5 years and then you enter. So it's we're not starting on like that very even, well, even better than even footing last scenario. So yeah, the general goal it's saying is we want to launch a fashion company, so we're probably going to want to dominate the apparel market. So let's just get underway. We're using our man Joseph Best of Best Industries again, just like Rise of Industry. All right, so currently the target is just to make money. But I'm sure we will need to get into apparel. But yeah, so essentially if I try to do anything, it says you have to let the AI advance. So what we're going to do, just to sort of show us where we start out here, you can see we all have, we actually have different amounts of cash. I am starting with the most cash again. However, you're going to see what happens. But yeah, so we're going to let the AI run for 5 years. Now, a good way to, it says like, if you zoom in, so there's like nothing appearing. And if I just hit the
The
top
central
speed, you
bank
can see
decreases the interest
very,
rate.
very fast. We'll be through that very
Aluminum
quickly.
deposit discovered.
We're going to have a lot of these just events occurring, interest rates,
A competitor purchased your
deposits
company's
found.
stock. The central bank decreases the interest rate. The central bank
That's not
increases the
nuts.
interest rate. The central bank increases the interest rate.
The first camcorder has been invented.
The central bank increases
All
the
right, we're coming
interest
up
rate.
now.
The first camera phone has been invented.
All right, so someone's really into
The
cameras, it looks
central
like.
bank increases the interest rate.
Banks changing interest rate up and down, not particularly interesting. Okay, so let's just get to the point where we can actually do something. We're at New Year's Eve, 1994, glorious days. And it'll let us go soon. Okay, so,
The central bank
and there we
decreases
go.
the interest rate.
All right, so we're underway. I'm gonna go ahead and just pause it. And as you can see, a whole bunch of like stores, all these logos of different companies owning different businesses around the city. We also, of course, have 4 different cities. Pretty varying a lot in size, Seoul being the biggest here, then Paris. So how did the corporations do in the end? Well, notice, first of all, that we had 200 million in cash. 5 years later, we only have 165 million in cash, which you might wonder how that is at all possible. If you notice from our income statement here, there hasn't been any losses or gains or anything. So how did we lose? Where did our cash go? And it's even showing like, 6 million disappeared. Well, the answer is that this particular scenario, for some reason, I don't think most of them do, has one of the settings called reverse in. Is it reverse inflation? I can't remember, but it's essentially inflation in the real world, in our world. Prices over time go upwards, trend upwards, and so our cash has less purchasing power. But in this scenario, or just kind of the game setting for this is instead we have this purchasing power index, and what it's essentially so you see here it says 82%. So if we started at 100, I believe, essentially like 18% is somewhere around what we've lost in terms of that $200,000 in cash. So I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but essentially what's happened is, imagine if in the real world, instead of you have $100 in your bank account, 5 years later, you still have $100 in your bank account. Forget if they were paying you interest. $500 in your bank account. But that, or $100 in your bank account, that $100 will buy you way less than it did 5 years prior, right? The cost of your whatever, a cost of a hamburger went up. So instead, imagine if in the real world what they did was simply prices stayed the same and your cash was taken away from you. Any cash you kept in the bank would, the government would have some setting, some rate to slowly erode it and have, instead of getting paid interest in the bank, they actually take a bit, almost like a tax. Um, and this actually has happened in some countries where they go to a negative interest rate, where holding on to your money will lose you money. And this is what's called modern monetary theory. And there's a lot of there's age-old debate as to whether or not this is a good thing. I'm not going to go into the politics of it, but like ultimately, that is what's happening to your money today. Is you don't look at it as like, well, my $100 in the bank, I've still got $100, I feel okay. But really, the same thing 5 years later, that $100 would really be $80 in your bank account, and prices have stayed the same. Would you feel better about knowing your money is sort of vanishing out of your bank account versus prices going up? I don't know. Money is very much a feeling more than a real hard commodity. Fiat money is. Anyway, that was a long tirade, but hopefully of interest to some folks in that macroeconomic world. But what does it mean? It means that, we have less purchasing power. We have we don't really have 200 million to start with. We have 165 million. And we're competing against folks who've managed to actually make cash. You can see in their annual revenue. So yeah, we're like the top company is already making 600 million almost in revenue and 215,000 profits. So they're definitely a one to beat there. So what can we do? We know that we're going to want to be in the apparel industry. I'm thinking we've got a couple of things. We want to just get our R&D going on clothing, but not necessarily start selling it. We should look at like kind of what products are out there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of them. Maybe almost all of them. If we look on the production left side here, when it's gray, it's being produced by offshore markets, imported in the seaport, right? So essentially anyone can sell these goods. You're just a retailer selling someone else's brand. So we'll probably be entering that too, just to start making money. And you can see, like, for instance, there's not much of a market share here, so this could be good to get into. Usually I just kind of create a retail store, just sell everything anyway. But yeah, the question is like, what's actually what are we really competing in? Like, so this company, the purple company, is making televisions, and you can see a whole bunch of folks are selling, televisions, and I guess of either the outside market, or some folks might even sell purple's. Yellow might sell purple's televisions, right? If they can make a profit on it and they don't care about losing television market share. If we look in the apparel, so this is good news. Nobody's selling apparel. That's great news for us. Nobody's selling apparel, and it's not. It doesn't seem to be even being sold from there's no seaports that have it. So that sort of almost suggests to me, actually, I might want to get into making apparel, researching to improve it, and let's just start selling clothing right away, because then we'll start building up market share anyway. One of the first things to always do is you want to set your brand strategy, because if you set it later, it resets everything. I like the range brand. It's just kind of the easiest. So essentially it means if I advertise my any brand awareness of my products in apparel, it's shared across all apparel. But if I sell anything in any of the other categories, then you're starting from scratch. So nobody's heard of Best Industries. They're just going to hear of the brand of whatever I call my apparel brand. So, and then in dominance, no way to look at it across all companies, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So we've got kind of a lot to do, and then we also need to decide which city are we going to kind of get kicking off in. I guess the other thing to research here is if we want to be in the apparel line, it's what raw goods do we want to make, and how much does it matter? So if I look here, quality of the good is determined half by the technology and half by the raw material. So, it's sort of they both contribute to each other. So you want to make sure all are kind of pretty good, and it's the same across the board. Okay, and then in terms of how the materials impact, well, looks like linen is really making the most impact in the blazer. Leather really matters here. Textiles matter in the jeans, and then wool matters in the sweater. So now nobody's making wool at all, so we probably want to get into that because we're going to need it if we just want to make sweaters. Okay, and then let's just enter the biggest market, I think, instead of worrying about cost of labor. So if we look at cities, I think it was Seoul, right? So yeah, well, let's do Seoul. You can actually see how many firms are in each city. It says 80 in Seoul, 60 Warsaw, 101 in Paris, 60 in Miami. So actually Seoul's got the most people, but not, mid-range on the amount of competitors here. So it's not a bad spot. I guess the other issue is if there's any raw materials we care about. Yeah, there is like that. So on the, if we're going to be importing, so dye stuff we can import here, so that's good. That'll help us on shipping. So maybe we won't make our own dye. And nothing else is helpful there. Yeah, none of these are going to be helpful. So it's really dye. We're probably going to plan to buy dye, which doesn't really contribute quality, so that's even better for us. And dye is used in 3 of the 4, so that's perfect. This is a good spot to start then, I think. Okay, let's get a headquarters going. And it's just always, basically you want them in like the cheapest land. And we'll give ourselves a chief executive's office. Not going to pay ourselves. Personal wealth doesn't matter. And I guess we'll leave this for now. Maybe I forget what the marketing. So if we want to find someone, an expert in marketing. So maybe this guy, Jose. Yeah, let's try to hire him. How do you do that? Is it just over here? Look for candidates. Jose. Interesting. I forget how you... Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so hire 4 million. So yeah, what do you do for us? So I think he helps. I mean, you would hope that this rating and marketing helps us set a new advertising budget for all advertising units. So we're just gonna set that. Usually 100,000 is the basic. Let's do that. Apply all. Oh, we don't have any. Okay, well, whatever. Detail. Yeah. So what do you actually do for us? Decides which products to advertise. I mean, choose media firm decides advertising budget. Brand rating. The higher side, the higher the brand rating. Yeah, I mean, we want that pretty high. And then obviously prefer our own media. Yeah, I don't know if you do much for us. I don't know if he helps, because this is, we can choose our own for now. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, it's a funny one, this, because it's sort of like, it feels weird that you don't have your executive team, but they're more about removing micromanaging, which means you have less I guess that's realistic. Yeah, as a small company, you don't need a big executive board of people, doing things for you. But then as the firms grow, I just thought he might contribute, like maybe advertising's better or get us better deals or whatever. Anyway, okay, and let's we'll buy up some land, assuming this is all going to get, because yeah, even just putting the headquarters there made it a little bit more expensive. So we're definitely gonna probably fill up this area, I think. What are we looking at? 100 million left. Okay, so yeah, we want to get into. So we have to kind of keep track of all this. So we'll definitely be buying dye. I don't think we need a warehouse for it necessarily. All right, textiles. So that requires cotton. We need to start raising cotton. So let's get a farm going very quickly then. So farm, and we want to raise some cotton. So cotton set up on our farm. What did that say about that? Cotton sows in February. So that's perfect. We want to get that going right away. I wonder if we want 2 cottons. What else do we need? Like I want to make sure we, obviously grow enough to sell. So cotton's for our textiles, which yeah, three products need that. Let's do one more. I don't know if that's going to be a little overkill, but yeah, okay. And then what else do we need? We need mainly looking for the. Cause I'm going to even just buy abroad the 10%ers. So, although the textiles are all pretty low, that one's a big one though. Leather we definitely need. Leather and linen. Linen is flax fiber, which is also not being made. So we're either buying the linen or we're making the flax fiber to make the linen. Yeah. And then of course all of these can have their own R&D. So you can see like with linen, it's also 50-50. So we need like good flaxseed and we need good R&D in this. In fact, do we want to R&D our cotton? How important was the quality of the cotton? 50% goes into the quality of the textiles. I guess this is where, oh no, wool is what we're, yeah, so wool just goes in. We don't need to refine the wool. So that I think the quality of that is just based on, well, actually, how is the quality of, oh, but I started making cotton. Did I already mess up? Because I did, because we need to make wool is what we actually need to make. Textiles, we need the cotton if we're going to make the textiles. Oh, okay. Yeah, I already messed up then. Okay, fine. Let's, yeah, now I feel like I want to, let's move that over to wool, which is, that's for sheep. All right. Okay. So we want some sheep. We really want leather. No, wool. We want wool. Sorry. Set up on farm. There we go. And wool is the one where we're not sure if we're going to need, like, got a sales unit here. Do we want, like, here we actually have a hold on to it, but we can build it up. Maybe we do. I'll change that to inventory and then that to sales. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's give that max training. And so we've got some wool coming in, which will help us with the sweaters. Question is if we're going to make our own textiles. Let's just say we are. So let's get a factory going for textiles. I'm just going to default to mediums. So textiles. Okay. And same deal. Let's do half training on that one. Okay, and then we need some R&D. We're going to R&D for all of our clothing. So I am worried actually we are going to run out of money before we can even get like, well, maybe we just start selling shitty clothing and we'll R&D it like over time. Let's start selling it. Can hurt the brand, but I think it's worth it. Should we set up a retail store? Let's just set up a retail presence as well. Like we'll pay for that. Department store. Like let's just get involved in the the seaport stuff. It's not very interesting. Oh no, there's some bigger ones here. Like okay, like where demand is still high. Like the necklaces. The startup time, I guess, just slowly so it starts coming in. Necklaces, mobile phones. Sofas lower demand at this point. Kind of been saturated. I guess cold pills. Maybe the cookies. Alright. And then we'll have an advertising unit. And we're just gonna advertise all of them. And probably the best one, 57. Yeah. Okay. You can see somebody got involved. United Array has started a TV station. So they're trying to get in the advertising market, but notice their rating is 1. So like they've got no audience whatsoever, and ridiculously they're charging $2.13. So they're charging the most, and they've got no reach. You would think if this model is working pretty well, they should be getting like no customers. I'm not sure if we can see that. So like United Array. So this is their one advertising firm. I mean, they are making some money, financial. Yeah, you know, but they're making 50 grand, right? They're losing 1.5 million on salary and operating overhead will be their content, right? So yeah, I mean, it's amazing they've even got any customers, I guess. But that about lines up, I feel like, given how terrible their their ratings are. They should be like trying to bring down the cost, right? Anyway, or bring down their prices to loss lead. Anyway,
The central bank increases the interest rate.
all right, actually, decreases the interest rate, increases. We should actually probably do it. Yeah, they increase. We should have got a loan because we're going to need a loan. That's for sure. Okay, so yeah, we were just basically getting into retail to, get some profit coming in. Hopefully that's underway. Just want to hopefully see that we are making
The first
some
notebook computer has been invented.
profit here. Like as long as we're not losing money, it's not. Yeah, 170. I mean, that's something. It's something. It'll take us a bit to get our money back. 190. Okay. Yeah. Of course, if I add training costs, we'll eat into that a bit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could set up in all the other cities as well. Just sort of, like I said, you need money coming in. So let's do the same thing. Seaports in the current city. Anything. Bracelets have high demand. Chocolate bars, although they've got terrible gold rings. Toy racing car looks fine. Okay. And same deal, advertising. And who's the big radio? It's about the same and a little cheaper. Okay, and yeah, we're gonna set up in every city. It's just a basic retail presence. I mean, there's other ways to make money as well. You can do, we could go into a lot of things. We could buy some like apartment buildings and whatnot. Real estate over time is always going to be great. It's really just sort of name the game's probably more diversity than doing like deep analysis. You can also invest in stocks. Like that company doing really well. All right. And this is where, maybe our, like, can you put the CMO? Yeah, I can't put the CMO in charge. Like, you could, the COO you can put in charge of given stores, and he can start setting prices, which actually, that's a good point. I didn't set any prices, and we need to do that. Yeah. So, starts to become, do we care about micromanaging this? So yeah, basically we want to, let's increase all our prices to be, I'm going to do, so we don't have to look at it again. Let's do 6 points over and not go below that. Wow, that one has no, although the demand's low, so I don't know if actually we can afford to do that. I guess we will find out. Let's see. So yeah, same deal. We've got a lot, and this high demand.
The central bank decreases the interest rate.
Another one, high demand. Yeah, anything high demand feels like it's very safe to put at like 6 points over. That one's gonna be tougher. Very low demand there. I mean, as long as we're profitable, obviously. Notch that down. Maybe notch you down to 19. You're fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how they all start doing. Hopefully, they're all. Oh, and I didn't. So I guess we want training in all the stores. You just generally don't want to be. Why it's taking me there? Like I'm trying to scroll through my retail stores. 1, 2, 3. Do I not have 4 retail stores? Really? Oh yeah, I only have 3. Okay. So which city am I not in? Miami, Seoul, Warsaw. I'm not in Paris. That's why. No, wait. I'm not in Miami. That's why nothing's showing up here. Okay. All right. Retail in Miami, department store, good foot traffic, and ooh, very saturated here. Very saturated, and not a lot of hype. Okay, let's do printer, and it's got room. Although, yeah, that demand vanish all of a sudden. All right, well, let's just throw everything in that we can find. Shoes, toothpaste.
The first video game console has been invented.
Someone's in video games. I'm jealous. A bit more interesting than clothing for me personally. All right. Yeah, this is where I feel like we might want to hire a COO. Have to keep an eye on that. Actually, let's let that run for a month.
The central bank increases the interest rate.
Just want to sort of see, is everything staying relatively profitable? Actually, doesn't look good. We're looking quite unprofitable. Firms, my firms. And then these are our retail stores. Yeah, these are all low, but it might just be they haven't got their, got going, but I don't know, yeah. Whoops. Like, I mean, yeah, we've got our rating above everyone. So yeah, hopefully it's, you see that trend line is coming up. So hopefully this all moves up a bit. Otherwise, wasting a lot of money. Okay, but let's go back to Seoul and our actual industry we're going to be caring about. So we're making textiles. We've got wool being made too. And cotton, obviously. So cotton's for the textiles. Okay, so we want to... so I don't think we're not planning to make any of the other ingredients. So leather we had thought about making. Yeah, okay. I don't know if there's any difference in, like, does it matter if you're, like, so we're raising, sheep, but we're processing them into wool. And I don't think you can sort of just process them into wool and something else. So you're not really gaining anything by... Yeah, so I actually don't understand that. I'd be curious if there's any, like, why does it matter? But we'll do another sheep farm for leather, I suppose. Yeah, actually, I guess I'm also like, the quality of the leather is 30, because the sheep are 30. I guess, I don't know if you're going to R&D in sheep versus something, and that might be right. That's probably it, I guess. I don't know. Let's have a look, actually. Let's get an R&D. And I like the 3. So what do you R&D in? Is it in farms or sheep? No. No, it's going to be, Huh. So I'm not sure how you improve the tech in that world. I mean, it might just be over time with training. But yeah, okay. Well, let's get them going anyway. So sweater, I guess we'll go on the 1 year cycle. Maybe 2 years. Let's do 2 years. All right, I'm just gonna do all the apparels because we definitely know we want to get that going. Blazer, 2 years, and oh, I guess now we have to do it manually. So it's $1 million just to set these up. And so blazer, I wish I could remember. Jeans, 2 years, okay. And then I guess we need another R&D center. Needs to be next to a road. 3, and whatever the final apparel is. Oh, see, we can improve our textiles. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, and then, yeah, we need whatever the other clothing is that I've forgotten. Is it jacket, maybe? Leather jacket. I don't think we're doing that. I'm selling these fine leather jackets. No. God damn it. Oh, no, wait. That's the one. Okay, yeah. Sweater, blazer, jeans, jacket. Okay, so we've got our research going and everything. You know, because we could wait it out a couple years. I still, like I said, I love that it doesn't look like anyone else. I'm sure, like, suddenly folks are going to get into it, but nobody's in it right now. So can we afford to just research it and then start? Maybe we can. I think we can. You know what? I'm just going to... I mean, again, we could take a loan and keep expanding elsewhere. Maybe buy some, you know, like, how do we look up occupancy rate in a city? I'm not actually sure about that. Like, it's in apartments or commercial buildings. I guess occupancy rate, it's like, I guess if you're seeing, like here, 100% occupancy, yeah, or any, well, like, why are they 13% occupancy? Do you want to see over, it's like if you see 100% occupancy everywhere, that would suggest that, you know, like there's not enough places to live, right? That's commercial buildings, apartments. Yeah, it'd be good to see, like, in the city overall, what is occupancy rate. But otherwise, I'm not sure how you're supposed to predict. Okay, that's interesting. That's just individual firm. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think you can go too wrong getting into it. So I'm gonna do it. Let's you know, take a loan. Why not? Let's do 200 million, or what? The max loan, 150. Because you should always be able to outpace 7.5%.
The central bank increases the interest rate.
Right, as they increase it. Okay, so let's do that. So apartments. Let's just do the largest one. And yeah, I don't know how. Just do it in like kind of the thick of downtowns, I think. So what can we do here? Demolish it, sell it. Look at its report. I thought we could set the rent though. Oh yeah, market rent. So annual rent per square foot, 100% market rate. So let's just knock this down. Let's say 85. And hopefully, yeah, because demand is high. I guess that's, yes, that's what I want to see. Is there no way to, I guess could have seen that by just clicking anywhere. Yeah, everything's high. So while demand is still outpacing supply, should be in good shape. And then if we're undercutting the market, so yeah, let's just put up another, and let's do a commercial building as well. Why not? Put it in our set. We'll have a little hub here, and we'll do the same thing, 85%. Yeah. Do we want to wait it out? Or maybe we'll do 2. It's very hard, you know, it's more of a feel, I guess, which not. I don't love that it is that versus, you know, like sort of some hard data that we can research, but I also don't really understand like what the, you know, with retail stores you have that foot traffic index, but with this you don't really know, other than I guess, you know, you would think people would want to live where there's retail stores, right? I'm not sure if they care about living near work or not. Alright, well, okay, let's give that a month. I'm just going to let time pass and let's see if people are moving in.
A firm was destroyed in a fire incident.
Whose firm? Luna Vitality. Not me, I don't care. Okay, yeah, people are moving in. Like if we go to apartments, yeah, occupancy rate 18. Where does it say it here? Just so I can look. There we go. Yeah. So 18, 17. Commercial building. 18. Yeah. People are moving in and revenue's going up. We should hit profitability. So yeah, you know, and then the land itself also tends to be worth stuff. It's like if you want to raise cash, you could potentially sell, you know. Demand is still high. Let's do another one. Well, yeah, let's do another one because we're going to do like hopefully we'll have money in 2 years. Because I want to kind of let it run and then actually start selling our clothing. So what are we doing? Apartment building. And I mean, arguably I could, let's go to 90 on all these. So now actually, yeah, maybe let's go hire somebody for this. Who would run real estate? Real estate department. Yeah, okay. So auto manage, rent as a percentage of the market rate. I mean, I guess, all right, that's what we can do. Just tell them a number and not. All right, let's do 94 then. Because like I was saying, I was trying to, I'd rather they actually, oh, I see, nobody's hired for it. Maybe if someone was hired, we would get, oh no, you can't hire anyone. I don't think. So this is hire new. There's no one to hire. Weird. You can't hire someone expert in it. But yeah, it's a bit weird. So it's just like it will set the rate, but it won't. The computer will automate manage all the corporations this way. It will set the apartment's rent based on your preference. Yeah. So I can't know if like, am I paying less, you know, is it less than what it needs to be? I feel like maybe, yeah, let's just do 100. Like while demand is high, it seems silly to do anything less. Like, yeah, you're competing with everyone else. Why does it go up by 2%? That's so weird. Like, you can drag it. Yeah, that's very strange. I have to drag it to an even, and then I can move it down by 2%. All right. So I'm just going to speed up time again. Let's let a month go by. Just curious again to see. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, you would think when
The
it says
central
housing
bank
demand's
decreases the interest rate.
maxed out like that, but I guess supply is also high, so maybe that's the issue, yeah.
The
Yeah,
central
I
bank
guess I
increases
wasn't
the
thinking about
interest
that.
rate.
You want supply to be less than demand, yeah. Apartments, same deal. But this is fine.
A competitor
Yeah.
purchased your company's stock.
Okay, so yeah, we're letting time run here. We're almost, okay, we finally entered profitability. Ooh, we're bouncing around it for sure. I almost do feel like we probably do need, let's get a COO to manage the, hopefully he'll be actually worth his weight. COO, so we want someone who's an expert in retail. And there we go, so Kelsey. I don't understand when Okay, higher. There we go. So yeah, so Kelsey, you can be retail or operating. Okay, so you're our COO. So yeah, let's go a little bit more weighted towards profit. Not super concerned. Look for better supplies. Yeah. Well, we're not doing supply stuff either. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Look for better products to sell. Okay. So yeah, and now I'll put her in charge of the department stores specifically. Maybe I will manage our, you know, so you're now going to be in charge every retail store. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully see if she can improve our profitability. So let's go ahead and speed up time again. And then, yeah, I want to, oh, well, yeah.
The first compact camera
Okay,
has
fine.
been invented.
She's doing better than us. Yeah. So I don't know if she's picking more different products. Wow, that did shoot up. Okay, so that's good. And actually, hopefully she'll get us to over 10 million as well. So we'll hit those 2 goals, and actually then we'll see.
Congratulations.
Yep,
You have
it's
achieved
kind
the
of funny,
goal.
because there's like, oh, I hired an AI COO, and she like turned our company to mass profitability in a few months. Real gameplay there, but whatever. I chose that, we wanted to get into, those department stores selling imports. How do we do? Is apparel is still apparently nobody is making any apparel, so we got lucky there. R&D, yeah. Let's wait for this 2 years to be up. I want just one tech advantage from all the way up to 67 here. So basically, we're waiting about 8 months. And then we'll get to manufacturing, and then we'll put the retail in. Just go ahead, speed it all the way up.
The central bank increases the interest rate.
Congratulations. You have achieved the goal.
So yeah. So she achieved both the revenue goals for us. But now here's
Your
the
R&D project is complete.
There we go. So everything completed. Yeah. All right. So let's get our factories going. Did anyone yet enter apparel? They still didn't. So yeah, let's start making all of our clothing then. Okay. So we're just gonna, I think we'll just do a medium factory for everything. Again, I didn't buy up the land, so, whatever, let's do it now. So, yeah, we'll just do everything in one go. Whoops. That's blazers. Leather jackets. Jeans. And sweaters. All right, and then we'll give that a month so that we've got actual sales units. Well, I guess nobody's buying, so but manufacturing. What's missing? Dye stuff. Why? No supply? Is there?
The central bank increases the
Dye
interest
stuff's
rate.
available from the seaport. Has it really been like completely oversaturated out? Does this change? I could have sworn dye was available here before. I didn't think this changed. So now we can only buy dye from that one. Ooh, that is ugly. Okay, well at least it's getting made. Yeah, but we have a dye. Okay, maybe we need to make our own dye. What is interesting? Products. Industrial goods. It's like semi-products. Dye stuff, yeah. Oh my god, somebody took over production of it? That's crazy. And it's been made in Paris now.
Your company is now the leader in the blazer market.
Huh. I don't like that. Okay,
Your
so...
company is now the leader in the leather jacket market.
Oh my god. So, well, I guess other people are selling out stuff for us. That's what's happening. We've been making it, and I didn't set it to internal sale only. But I'm fine with that, because the profit is... That helps our brand. So, it's
Your
not...
company is now the leader in the sweater
We're
market.
missing out on profit, but we don't really need it. So, you know... where's the apparel store? There we go. I mean, I still want to start selling our own. So let's just get all of them going. And we'll advertise it, of course. We only need to do the one link, and then this is like it's almost all the same. Okay, and we'll just stay managing this store. It looks like we'll do the same thing. I mean, we are actually trying to get market share here. So actually, yeah, and see here we're... So what is going on here? Who's selling jeans that they're beating us? This is where we might now be competing with someone else on price. And that's not good. Although again, them selling for us, we get the market share, is my understanding. So, yeah. Why is no one buying jeans though? Buy the jeans. Just don't have many of them. I'm gonna like, you know, lower this. Like, instead of profitability, I just want this selling. Is it just that jeans are not being... Because jeans are the one that needed the dye. So now we've got a lot of jeans available. Okay, so... But that dye stuff is bothering me. So dye... Wow, oh, you need a lot of things. Dye is made from the... I just hate that we're buying it from overseas. But... Like, where is the timber and the oil available? That's a lot to look up. Well, it was also that there was just no dye available. Like, we were running low. Is that still the case? It might be okay. I'm wondering if given... I guess the AI is just going to build up his... we do actually need to get our revenue up too, so... Maybe we do care about making sure we are selling our own clothing. All of these are underutilized. Alright, let's go to the other stores, the other cities as well. We'll start selling elsewhere. But yeah, it is weird. Usually I only allow us to sell our own goods. Yeah, look at that. Wow, demand is so low. Very hard to compete. Freight costs a lot when we're not manufacturing it here. It's going to be very thin margins, but... Oof, yeah. Very thin margins. Even then, it's going to be hard to sell. Wow. Yeah, I feel like we should have only done internal sales. Because, yeah, we're eking. Absolutely just eking. And then how do we not? I don't understand. A second in jeans. How is that possible? So someone else has got into jeans production, that's why. So and they have better quality than us too. Eesh. Okay. So for the jeans side of things, we're going to need to do a lot of undercutting. Jeans. Yeah. I mean, we just need to eat profitability, I'm afraid. Where? So in Paris, we probably don't have a apparel store. Let's make sure those jeans are going. I'm just going to put it right at cost-ish. And blazer. Oh, that's good. Wow, we actually have room to make there, so let's put that to about that. Looks like nobody really entered this market on apparel. That one we're not going to make any profit on. How about the sweaters? Sweaters, yeah, probably not much either. A smidge. Alright, but that should hopefully keep us going. Let's advertise as well. Yeah, demand's very high at least, see, with these.
The central bank increases the interest rate.
Let's make a little bit more while we can, probably. Just want to keep that. Okay, so jeans, yeah. Wow, jeans actually high demand. Are we gaining? Let's look at the trend at least. Speed it up. Is this real time? Because yeah, we're not competing in Seoul. Miami, someone else has it, and we're not in Miami. We need to get into all these industries, in all these cities at least. Oof, they've got really high quality too. Yeah, we're losing traction, so all right, let's definitely get into Miami. As long as we don't hurt profitability too much, like we can, because we'll make more money regardless. Okay, so let's get in Miami, apparel store. And yeah, just do the lot. Advertise. And same deal. Yeah. And you know, maybe we do just put her in charge and, but you see, this is what annoyed me is that, like, yeah, it's kind of weird. I actually feel like I want to ask this in the Discord, but like, I want an operator that will operate my phones where I care about market share, and then I want another one to operate phones where I care about price or profit, and like so I can just put them in charge of those differently. So I've got kind of like my profit focused one and my market share focused one, and then I can put them and split those across my retail firms differently. But I don't think there's a way to do that. So yeah, okay. Let's move it up a month again, or 2 months.
The central
Okay.
bank increases the interest
How are we
rate.
looking? I feel like our lead is dropping. I mean, hopefully I don't know if we're outpacing. Maybe we need to invest more in tech as well, like increase the R&D efforts on, like, jeans is where we're hurting. Assuming, I guess the other thing is actually I'd like to know. Okay, see, they're only selling blazers. Leather jackets, they're only selling our leather jackets. And sweaters, they're only selling our sweaters. So it's just jeans that I'm competing with the loop producer. Kind of curious, loop. So the funny thing is, so they have a market capture, so you could buy them out, possibly. I don't know. Can we get more? Just take as much money as I can. It's quite a lot, in fact. And loop. I want to try to buy your stock with our company money. Well, actually, I don't know if Joseph. Yeah, Joseph, sure. You buy it. Okay. And then now Best will start buying it up. I'm actually curious how. Anyway, loop. Okay. We now own 50% of loop. So I think we're supposed to be in control of it now. Actually, and I own the other part, but I think I have to. Can I buy it from Joseph? I don't think you can buy it from yourself. Alright, we took control though. Okay, so now that we have control, like, I thought that we were meant to be able to take the technology, like technology, genes, this is where we're researching it, but I don't know, genes, okay, genes. There's somewhere you can buy the technology. Oh, maybe it's the headquarters. Do we need like a CTO? Let's hire a CTO. Probably should have done this anyway just to get better R&D, I suppose. Okay. And now, acquire technology from other company. And genes from Loop, yeah. How much do you offer? Like, and now, I mean, it doesn't really matter because we own the company, so everything they make, we earn, I believe. Unless we have to make them a subsidiary or something, I don't know. But, like, yeah. I offer you 0. Okay, I offer you 55. And then, okay, so this is what I don't get. So Hayden is the CEO. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now we have the top tech. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to, oh, yeah. Set the company on your group, show its cash and profit on the info tab. Okay. How do I do things on behalf of their company? Like, so if I go to my firms, this is all best industries. So Corp Loop. So these are Loop. So your corporation owns 50%. This company is your corporation's subsidiary. You may interfere with its operation when you own 75%. Huh. Whoa, what's this? Increase retail demand bonus following a specialty store. Oh, it's a specialty store thing. Yeah, I want you out of there, buddy. So is it just you have to own 50? So why is owning 50, like controlling the company, why, what's the difference between controlling the company and, like I don't understand the difference. See, I can't do anything with this company. This guy, I can't fire him, I assume. What's his name? Hayden Dixon. Hayden Dixon. Yeah, like I can't do anything to him. I want to fire him as CEO and I want to take over, but so I guess you do just have to own the full 75%. I'm just like, I don't understand the point of owning, other than like we're making the same money, but it's not going to help us. Like we still have this separated dominance problem. Now, we should have the tech to start getting back there overall. Yeah, best is leading there. Best is leading there. We're just about leading there, and we're leading them on overall there too. So you know, because we're basically lost leading. I think. Look, we've got the money. I think we just keep buying them out. In fact, I probably shouldn't have waited so long because now their price is probably going up and up. Well, and also, why is Joseph holding? I should really just sell it. That'll put the price down and make it. Yeah, I'm gonna sell my. Let's sell Loop. Joseph selling Loop. Wait, this is always very confusing, this interface. Loop is the corporation. Joseph wants to sell. Okay, now Best is buying. No, oh my god. Just sold. Things you don't want to do. Oh, and here we go. Ooh. So Loop now has 80%. We can push a merger. So by paying 21 million or by issuing new shares of Best. Yeah, let's just issue shares. I don't care about dilution.
A corporate merger has taken place.
I mean, I guess the issue is that you can lose control
of your
company. A new
company joins the competition.
So Best, I now only own 48%. So I do need to like, I need to buy. Why can't I buy? I just can't afford it. Is that why? Like I literally don't have enough. Yeah. So somebody else can't, you know, like Jose here could start getting to that 50% mark, which I don't want. Okay, well, I need to be buying something else then. Something that's trending up. Like he's trending pretty good. All right, let's hope that gets me enough that I can eventually come in, because I don't want to lose control. Okay, so yeah, now I have it. So, all right, let's speed this up, and can we just...
The central bank increases the interest rate.
Can we get our revenue up? I feel like there's no reason we shouldn't make it up there, because, yeah, because we now are selling everything, right? There it goes.
Congratulations.
Boom.
You have achieved the goal.
So, you know, that was an interesting one, because instead of, you know, outpacing the competition, we just used money, and mainly bank money. Although, you know, we still had like 280 in the bank there. Oh, we've got a new goal. We're not done. We're not done, but this is probably a good stopping point. Yeah, so now we need to get up to 500 million in revenue, so almost double the revenue we're at. And we need to dominate the leather goods market, which God knows where that is in the world right now. Leather goods. People are definitely in it. I was at least making leather though. Oh, you know, we're lucky enough that nobody is in, you know, 3 of the categories, and then the only people in leather belts are the only producers are still C4. So nobody's actually got into the production of it. So we have a good shot there. Although I said that last time, and like one gene maker was kind of handing us away. But I guess that's why I should know that, hey, we want to be in fashion. It's probably going to be the other areas that are close to it, like jewelry might be next. I don't know. I don't know how you're meant to do it. Footwear. I'm not sure how you're meant to kind of know it before you've played the scenario, but I guess that's part of it, is adapting. But I think it's kind of cool doing a little, I mean, it wasn't difficult, but, you know, showing like, oh, let's do a takeover instead. It's not like it was a bad play for our company either. I think Loot was doing pretty well. Theoretically, we could even look at, like, essentially what you've got is I've got 276 in cash, and in fact, you know, the market cap or you know, some liquidity, like if I could you know, you can sell buildings or whatever. Like you could look at, like for instance, if I look at my company's balance sheet, you know, like land, we have like 300 million in lands. Theoretically, you could sell some to get some liquidity to buy more, to use to do more takeovers. And so what you're looking at is the market cap of other companies. I'm not sure there's a way to search by market cap. I'd have to just go down the list, right? But like, you know, Blue Spade right here, we could afford in cash alone. It's not exactly going to be 131 million because as you buy those shares, the price is going up. So it's going to be an average price, you know, higher. We could have looked at sort of what we ended up paying for Loop. You know, here's another cheapo. So it's like, you know, you can look at this and you can say, okay, well, what do these guys have that maybe I'm interested in? Like, did they research any technology? Like here, socks. So if we need to get into socks, I don't know what that comes under. They've got a great like tech in that. So is it worth spending 50 million just to be at 132 in socks tech? It might be, or at least somewhere around 50 million. Might be worth just investing in them. It looks like they're not, you know, from a, you know, you can see from a stock price perspective, they've been kind of flat. Might be worth, you know, like while I'm thinking about it, let's, sure. Because they're pretty cheap. Why not? Let's buy some of them. Like maybe we'll buy, yeah. So now we own, how much do we own of them now? Wait, was I buying the wrong thing? Oh my gosh. I feel like I was. Like something moved there. Oh yeah, it moved every time. So I just bought 5% of random companies, it looks like. Which one was the one that has the socks? Yeah, the interface for that is a bit messy. Okay, socks is infinite play. So yeah, we bought a little of infinite play, but we also bought some of these guys. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, because this is cheap buy. Yeah, I want to, like, let's get to like 20%. Is it doing it again? Yeah, it moves once this moves for some reason. Infinite play. Yeah, so now we own 20% of them. And you can see their market cap's gone up. Like, we've been driving the price up by buying the shares. And so, you know, now it's worth 75 million. So it's getting more and more expensive to buy. But yeah, hopefully just owning stock, you know, it's still, like I said, reverse inflation, all this cash we sit on, anytime you just sit on the cash, it's going to be losing value. So you really never want to see cash. It's almost like you speed up time for a month and then spend more cash and just keep doing it, you know, and yeah. Anyway, good stuff. Hope you enjoyed. I always find this very fun. Definitely really involved business sim. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.